Welcome to the podcast. You're listening to Parenting on Autism 2.0. I'm Sybil.
And I'm Sharona.
Hey, Sharona. So let's get started with our recap. This is about our highs and our lows. So why don't we get started on your week?
Okay, so let's talk about our highs. So I actually took the boys to the Bahamas this weekend.
Woo! I saw some of those pictures.
Yes,
They were
traveling
fun.
on the spectrum.
Yeah.
And we had an awesome time. We had a fantastic time. The boys were happy. They were in their happy place, jumping in and out of water. They actually ate like grown men. I was so surprised.
Yeah, well, I was so happy when you posted the picture of my little grandson sitting there in the airport with their Prada red hats on. And I was just like, I got to repost, so I screenshotted it. Talk to me about like how you have to travel with the twins and you and Ed, and it was just, you had spoke something to me about I got to get the boys on vacation. I'm not doing anything else until I take them to the water. So I'm always intrigued because I know what it took for me to travel with twins on the spectrum to get them to their calm place. So tell me about that picture.
Okay, so first of all, I had to pack everything under the sun. Their medicine, their headphones for the airplane. Days before, we had to practice putting on the headphones.
So tell me, did you take a vacation before your vacation?
I have to take one after the vacation.
Right.
I definitely need a vacation after their vacation.
Yeah.
Because it was their vacation.
Yes.
We ate pizza almost every day.
Oh my God.
Because they wanted pizza.
Oh my
And
God.
this cake, it was a slice of cake for $18.
And it had
was
all the colors?
rainbows.
Oh
Yes.
my God. I was
They
like,
loved
I
it.
wonder if they're going to eat all the cake or are they going to just eat the icing?
So, of course, they started with the icing.
Mm-hmm.
But because I think the cake had because they don't usually eat cake. But because it had all those colors in it, I think they liked it.
They were intrigued.
But they are icing eaters. They love icing. The icing was gone before the cake.
Right.
So, but no, we had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. There was about 20 something pools. And so the boys jumped in and out of every single pool. They had a cave and you could stand on top of the cave and jump off into the deep end. And they just loved doing that.
Yeah, I was watching you on Instagram and your stories, and I want to refer back to your book, Traveling on the Spectrum. If anybody hasn't downloaded or bought it off of Amazon, it is available. Blues Brothers' Journey Through Autism. And the chapter that I was always, and if you guys could see through YouTube, my Sydney took a chunk out of it. She had such a good time reading it with me. She had to eat some of the pages. But that chapter about traveling and waking up and one of the twins not being in the room, take me through the journey because you wrote about it and it seemed like the growth in from the chapter in your book to now.
Right. So they used to be runners because they wanted to go do what they wanted to do and not be stopped. But now, because they know that this vacation is for them and we're going to do what you want to do, now they understand that they don't have to leave out the room and they don't
It's not
have
an
to.
escape.
Yeah. We literally went to the water park. They had a water park there. And Cyrus wanted to go down this one slide. I swear he went down this one slide 100 times. Even Seth gave up and
He was
sat
like,
down.
"You're on your own."
Yeah, even Seth was like, I'm going to sit here because you have to go up at least 7-8 flights of steps
He
to
was
get
all
to the
for it.
top.
He was
and
all
then
for it.
you go down the slide and it drops you off into the water. And he would climb out the pool of water and then go running back
Determined.
through and back up all those steps. And I'm just like, oh, they're going to sleep tonight. They are going to sleep tonight. Seth was done. And Seth came and sat down, but Cyrus was not finished. And we let him go and go and go and go till he couldn't go anymore.
Yeah, it's so beautiful, though. I mean, just to be able to experience the growth.
Yeah.
Like from, being on vacation and be determined to like take your family on vacation to like now they're 10 and you 4 are going, just the 4 of you guys,
Right.
And they functioned.
Right. And it's about being able to do it consistently,
Mm-hmm.
taking them out of town consistently, not being ashamed or embarrassed,
Mm-hmm.
letting them do what they want to do. I mean, Cyrus, we got to the airport and we had to wait for 2 hours before the plane came because I wanted to get there early.
Absolutely.
And just in case we had any run-ins,
Mm-hmm.
and it was too much for Cyrus. He was wanted to get on the plane. He kept pointing. He kept pointing. He got up. He got in line. He sat back down. Eventually, he started whining and making a bunch of
Mm-hmm.
noise and
Mm-hmm.
slamming and kicking
Mm-hmm.
because he was ready to go.
Right. It was too early.
It was
It
too
reminds me of when Sabrina
early.
like pulled my wig and she's like, "Look,
I'm ready to go.
when are we getting on the airplane, mommy?"
Yeah.
And I'm like standing there saying, "You got to get through customs to get, or like not customs, but the what is it?
TSA.
TSA." And the guy's like, "Put your phone in the bucket," and
Yeah.
she puts the phone in the bucket, and then she pulls my wig off. So like
Mm.
I can definitely relate to like him wanting. All right, we're at the airport. That means we're supposed to leave now.
Yeah. They don't like the wait.
No,
They don't like the
no.
wait. And I
But
was,
you got him waiting.
Yeah.
So what did you do?
took him to the store,
Mm-hmm.
got him candy, got him his
Mhm.
soda, took him
Mhm.
for a walk, took him to the
Mhm.
bathroom,
Mhm.
let him play with my phone, his phone, pulled out his tablet. I mean, just trying to keep him entertained so he
Mhm.
wouldn't have to worry about the wait.
And it
So,
looked like you found a calming spot to like camp out in.
yeah.
Like by
In
the window,
corner,
in the
by the window.
corner. Like
Mhm.
I totally got the picture.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people don't like get it, but I mean, when you posted that picture, I had to repost it because I was like, no one knows what it takes to get that perfect shot.
Mhm.
Like I could imagine, just like them being so excited because
Right.
you were like, it's time for me to take them on vacation. It's been a
Mhm.
minute. So it was like, she got him there.
Yeah.
I saw the picture and I'm like, okay, let's talk about what you really did to get them with their tablets, with their cute little Prada hats on, sitting by the window by an airplane so they could watch the airplanes come in and just sit there and be like, that's not our plane. They'll call us. So I wanted to talk about that. And the other thing that I saw is that they were eating at the dining room table.
Yes.
And then you text me about one of the twins, and I'm the worst because, I just call them twin. Come here, twin. When Sydney and Sabrina, just twin. But you had said that one of them was like hanging out with you at the casino.
Cyrus.
And I was like, that's so bomb. I told Nicole, I was like, yeah, she's hanging out with somebody, some celebrity she's always hanging out with. I don't know.
Amber Rose.
Amber Rose and somebody else that's got a podcast.
Noriega.
Yeah, she's like sending me all these pictures. And I'm like, Nicole, who is this? And I said to her, I told Nicole, I was like, she said, I'm with Amber Rose. And I'm like, yeah, June Ambrose. Like, yeah, she's with Puma. And you were like, you text back, you were like, I don't think so. I'm like, my old ass don't know nothing.
Nothing and don't know nobody, but they all know you.
So I thought that was pretty cool. So talk to me about that. Like, talk to me about one of them eating with a fork and knife, and it was steak, not a pizza.
Yes. So I ordered steak. We ordered them French fries because
That's
they
what they
usually only eat French fries. And they had pizza for lunch, and they don't eat a lot. So I'm like, we'll just get them French fries, and maybe they'll try this chicken. We don't know. So Ed ordered chicken and waffles, and I ordered steak, potatoes. And when it came, they totally took our plates. I mean, Cyrus took the steak. He poured the A1 sauce on it. He took the knife. He took the fork. He started cutting it. He ate the whole thing. I had to order another one.
Yeah, and it was like, I gotta get this on. I gotta get a picture of this
Yeah.
because you were like, let me snap this up because this never happened.
It never happens. Him using a knife and a fork, trying to cut it all on his own.
big boy,
I
though.
was shocked.
No, but I mean,
I was shocked.
he's double digits.
Yeah.
Welcome to double digits.
Yeah.
He's a grown ass man. In a
Really?
minute.
No, really. And Seth, he just took Ed's chicken and waffles. He poured syrup all over everything. He sucked on all the waffles. He ate the chicken, tore the chicken up. They ate more than me.
And that, well, you
I
don't
don't know.
eat much. So.
But I don't. They don't eat much, so
I
I'm
know.
like, wow, they really ate.
Yeah.
The bill was like
That's a
almost
win, though.
$300 because we had
It's
to
a
order
win.
everything double.
A win.
Yeah,
It's a win. I can remember the first time, and I think James talked about it in the village. James, that works with me, and you know James sold it. But he went to dinner with me and Sydney and Sabrina. We took him to his promotion. We took P.F. Chang, and it was his first time. And he was so surprised that I ordered whatever Sabrina said. And this was at the point where now she's ordering what she wants. And I kind of, when you were telling me the story this week, I kind of reflect back on it because James was like, you have all this stuff. You know, she ate the salmon so quick, and then the lady's like coming over, can I get you anything else? And she's like, salmon, with her finger, salmon. And James was like, I was like, bring some more salmon. Sydney wanted some more of the shrimp fried rice. I was like, bring it. He's like, you got a smorgasbord here. I'm like, this is not normal. Right. You know, and it's like at that brink of when their light bulb comes on, we got to take the bull by its horn and run with it. So $300 is like $3 to us if our individuals, our children, our adults are eating it. It's like priceless. Right. You know, those moments are like priceless. It's like, order it up.
Yeah, you can have it.
We don't know when the next time they're like, you know, like it might have just been that moment in time.
Yeah. But it wasn't, because the next day they wanted the same thing.
I love it.
But then they wanted pasta too.
Isn't that something?
I ordered pasta and he took the whole bowl, started eating out of it. The only thing he didn't eat was the shrimp. Okay. But he liked the noodles. Pushed the shrimp to the side, yeah. Sucked on some of them, got the sauce off of it. But he ate my pasta with the steak.
That is like, wonderful.
Oh my God. So I would call my sister Kendra and I was talking to her about it, and she's like, I knew it. I knew them boys were hungry. They don't like your cooking. It's the way that you cook.
Right. They were getting on you. Like, it's all your fault. They was hungry all this time. No. Right. The light bulb came on. And that's when you just know that the growth is there. Right. And it's constant growth and constant repetitiveness that will help them move along. So that is like the biggest win for me in the whole community, that we need to express that, because so many parents in the past have asked, oh, they go out to dinner? Oh, you take them on, like, how do they do on the plane? And I'm like, well, they function. Right. They, you know, every year we would go to Disney Airplane, and they knew April, spring break,
Disney Airplane.
And now, to this day, she wants in April, Sabrina, Disney Airplane, and she's packing her bags.
Last luggage.
Last April, just this 2020, Disney Airplane, I'm like, we're not going. It's not in the budget. I'm so sorry.
Not this year.
Not this year, sweetie. You moved. Your budget money is in this house. Right. So, I mean, the win, that is an incredible win, and I just like to celebrate, to watch your boys grow from your journey. So, my suggestion, I had a beer because it's Thursday, football, and I'm having some cupcake. But my suggestion to you, and that's why I wanted to refer back to your book, is you need to do a part 2.
Of the book.
Yeah, you need to you really need to like dive in from then to now. Yeah. Because this book is a winner, chicken dinner, but now you're seeing they're 10. You wrote this book, how old were they? They were toddlers.
Yeah, I think they may have been 4 or 5.
Yeah, like they're so tiny-inies. Yeah. And like, look how tiny they are.
Graduating kindergarten or childcare.
Oh, show it to the camera, Mike? I don't know. This is also new to me. I don't know about a camera, but I mean, this book right here, and so you guys can see, like, Sydney, thank you. She had to do the appetizer. But I would like to challenge you with, you know, having like a part 2 or an episode or a chapter to whatever. And this picture, look at the family. I mean, Shara's in grad school, becoming a doctor. How old was she in this picture?
Maybe 13.
14? I can't. You don't even look the same.
She's going to be 23.
Look at Anthony. Like, none of them. And my favorite, Mike, is this is the best shot of 1,000. Yes. With one of the twins upside down. Ed just had to grab him. Which
Grabbed him and
one?
just turned Seth, grabbed him and turned him upside down and started shaking him. And it's like the best picture.
It's the best. I just love it.
Out of 100 that we took.
But I would strongly suggest that you capitalize on what you've already started.
Absolutely.
And just start journaling it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that from that chapter of you waking up in the middle of the night and they like out in the water, or you checking into the hotel and the boys are in the fountain in the midst of you guys checking in, and you had the whole family.
Right.
Now it was like
all the
four,
kids.
It's the four of you, and they're functioning without
everybody.
It's because you laid the foundation out.
Right. Right. Consistency.
Yep. You laid that foundation and you were consistent. And a couple of months ago, you were like, so I got to get, I don't know what I'm doing next, but all I know is I'm taking the boys away. And you didn't get to swim with the swan.
So the original plan was to take them to Pig Beach. It's a therapeutic beach, and we always try to find things that they could do. Malik,
he was done.
He was like, "Really?
Ew.
Pigs? You're gonna swim with the swine?"
The funniest was when you text me and you were like, well, it's closed because you can tell Malik it's closed because of the storm. I was like, Malik, they're not swimming with the swan. He was like, thank God. I mean, them boys don't need to be around all that swine.
It's therapeutic.
Yeah, it is, because I told him about the horses and the manure, so it definitely is autism whisper.
Right.
So you're on track with that, but him and his Muslim hood and the brotherhood, him and the pig, can't eat the pig because of the brotherhood. We do eat the little swan over here. But I'm just extremely excited about your win this week. To be able to go on vacation and have your boys, your husband, and then be around all the celebrities. I know that you were in your glory. So I just kept saying, Nicole, she just flocks to them all. They just flock to her wherever. And I just want to publicly thank you and your girls for assisting me with a fantastic New Balance event. You guys showed up for me. The Shoe City and New Balance event that we had for the 990 V6. All I do is ask you, can you help? And you're like, gotcha. So I just want to publicly announce on our podcast that it's all about the support in the community of autism and the sisterhood. So thank you to Mo. I always want to call her Mo because I met Mo first. But Pooh and I met India at one of the other events. They jammed it out for us. They made some cocktails. Pooh's sangria was a winner chicken dinner, and we ran out of cups and we ran out of sangria, but I hit the budget. So I'm all into 100% liquidation. When it's gone, it's gone. And that is always my philosophy. I think my mother taught me that long ago. Like, if you want to continue to keep feeding people, you'll be feeding them all night. Just have your budget, and when it's gone, it's gone. That means that you had a successful evening. So they were like, yeah, we got to go get cups. I was like, no, it's over.
It's done.
I was like, if someone, and that people were like washing cups out and they were coming back for whatever they wanted to get that was at the bar or at the food. I'm like, this is a success.
Yeah.
When you don't have to bring back what you brought.
Right.
Like I always say, I want everything to go. So I don't have to only pack up what I brought that is a staple. But the food and the drinks, I want it gone. Like I'm into 100% liquidation. I think it's that retail in me. What else do we want to talk about?
Talk about the girls.
What was that, Mike? Okay, let's take a break. Mike said let's take a break.
Okay.
I'll need a refresher anyway.
Okay, Sybil, so we're back.
Hey,
So
hold
why
on,
don't
I gotta make some more some suds. It's Thursday night. It's football night. Go ahead. What?
So tell us about the highs with the girls. What did the
Okay.
girls do this weekend that was so
All right.
exciting?
So, okay, a couple of things. The high. Let's start with a low. So my low this week was that Nina got sick, and so well, she didn't get sick. She had like an issue that she had to go to the doctors, and for whatever, that's a low to me because
She's okay though, right?
yeah, she's cool, but
Okay, good.
the low was staffing. And
Okay.
so I had to jump into mommy mode, work mode, and I'm good with that because it's like work for me.
Mm-hmm.
I manage a bunch of people, so when people call out, you just got to jump into like the leadership role. Like if you're going to be a leader, you have to buck up.
Right.
And sometimes you have to like change your plans. So Saturday she called me and she was like, I could tell she was getting sick and like running low and doing a lot of the, coughing and stuff in her throat. And she called about 7 and she said, Hey. And I was like, Hey, what's up? And she's like, We're just like laying in the bed at 7 o'clock on a Saturday, not having to do anything. It's such a wonderful thing. House is quiet.
Can't wait.
Worked my part-time job and was like resting. Got off at 1. Malik came home at 2. We were just chilling. I said to her, I was like, "What's up?" She's like, "What time do you go in today?" And I was like, 3 o'clock. It's Saturday. I work 3 to 11. And she was like, I've had an issue and there's nobody to cover." And I was like, "What?" And I was like, "Say less." Meanwhile, Malik's coming out of the bathroom with his shoes on, putting on his hoodie. He was like, Yo, tell her I'm on my way to get my girls. So kind of the low is, and it's not a low, it's just like, what do you do with that?
Right.
And I think that you had asked me when I was telling you the story earlier this week about some of my lows, like, we're going to have them. We're going to have highs and we're going to have lows. And how we
Absolutely.
manage through that is to pick ourselves up and really like express it.
So
And
how do you deal with that when the staff is short? How do you deal with that?
so in the agency world, what I learned is that they have temps.
Mm-hmm.
So say for instance, we were out of town,
Mm-hmm.
right? That they would have called the temps to come in. So they have backup. And in retail world, we call it a bench. So there's a backup system. Well, with the girls, the backup system sometimes doesn't always work because
Mm-hmm.
they feed off of vibe and energy.
Right.
Kind of like how Steph and Cyrus are.
Right.
Like, they're high energy individuals.
Mm-hmm.
So they want to be stimulated with high energy people.
Right.
And it was so funny to sidebar how when we went to the walk, Ed was like literally amazed.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, they like the boys. They like to hear him say that and like the picture with him and Sabrina. If you tap on that picture and you hear the live, he's talking to Sabrina kind of like how he would talk to Steph and Cyrus. He was like, "Go ahead and cheese," and it's so like precious to me because when people, you can talk about it and you can just say, "Oh, the girls did that," and he hears me tell you, "Oh, don't worry about it, the girls did that," and da, da, da. But the light bulb came on for him
Mm-hmm.
when he saw Sydney dashing to get the candy.
Candy, yes.
He was like, "Oh my God, they like the twins." I'm like, "I told you that." Like we had spent all 2 days in New York, and I was like, "The boys are the same as the girls." Like, and people think, "Oh, they just saying that," but the seeing is believing.
Exactly.
So, the low is that, and the temps. It's a catch-22. You can get a temp over there, but is it going to be counterproductive?
A good fit.
And sometimes they're going to have to do that because mama and dad are going to be out.
Right.
But I'm just like, bring them. Malik's like, whenever he's around and he ain't working, they don't ever have to worry about getting a temp. So that brings me some peace.
Mm-hmm.
That a choice,
Right.
you know. Um, and the other thing is
And
that
kudos to Malik because that's
right,
awesome.
right,
That's
right,
awesome that
right.
he's there to
Yep.
support,
Yeah.
open arms.
No, no skipping a beat. He said
Don't even hesitate.
no, the unconditional love that the girls have for him and he has for the girls is so genuine. It's not
Hmm.
made up. It's not manufactured, and it's good.
Right.
You know, so that is a kudos and that is a celebration, and it's like a double edged sword. Like it's a low, but it's a high because
Hmm.
you know you go, you know, like that lump in your throat, like are my kids gonna be okay? And then, you know, you just
Sigh of
work.
relief because they
Yeah.
are okay.
Yep. You just work your way through it. The high this week was watching Malik and Nina take the girls to vote. Like I did it
Election time.
I did it through the school system at 18 when they were in high school. The curriculum at Howard High focused, and I was so happy because I was raised. Um, my parents both were very high politics, and one was a Republican, my daddy, and my mother was a Democrat. And you
Mm.
know, I was raised in two separate parties. And of course, I went along with my dad. I'm proud to say that for many years I was a Republican, and it wasn't until Bill Clinton was in office and running is when I switched the parties and I became an independent. And then when I couldn't vote in the primaries because of the independent status, then I chose based on the platforms at the time, I chose Democratic.
Okay.
So, you know, I was taught both. Really look at the platform, really look at what's speaking to you and what means most to you. And that's why, when at that point, and I'm going off topic, but it is relevant to Sydney and Sabrina.
Okay.
They were raised, and when the school curriculum took it down to the PEC system and taught them about Capitol Hill and the bill and the song that I grew up with on Capitol Hill. And they had like all of that. I was like, this is bomb
Hmm.
because they matter. Like their voice matters. Even
Right.
though they may not have a voice and they're nonverbal in the autism community, considered mild to moderate nonverbal, to have them be taught that was so important. So when they got their little voter registration cards, we would go to Howard High School, and all three of us would vote. And the school system had the handicap
Hmm.
assistance. You know, you walk up, and I was doing it by myself. I was walking up saying, "We're here to vote," and I'd be like, "I'm gonna have to assist them," and they're like, "Don't worry about it. You go right over here to the handicap place. You guys take your time." They send you the like little cheat sheets. So
Hmm.
in school, they had the cheat sheets. And so
Hmm.
they learned like Democrat and Republican and
Right.
independent, and they would teach them like who was running. Like this year, they taught them like Coxon for the government was Cox, governor was Coxon Moore. And so, like, you know, as a parent, there were probably parents that have kids on the spectrum that was teaching them to vote for Cox.
Hmm.
So, like, you know, we voted for Moore. I mean, how what an honor to have like the first black governor, and my daughters
Right.
got to pick them. My
Right.
daughters got to pick the first black president. So, like, they went in there knowing that the Obama was who
Hmm.
they were going to pick, and their voice mattered.
That's
So
monumental. That is
they went,
monumental.
they freaking went to the inauguration that whole weekend when it was like negative 15 degrees. We trucked them down. Me, Becky, Deirdre, and Sydney and Sabrina stayed down on the subway,
Mm.
cold as heck. I could pull out the picture and show Sydney just laying in the grass with her Obama button on and her Obama hat and her black, like snuggly hoodie on the dirt that was like a slice of ice. like chilling. Like
Mm-hmm.
people walking over her, her teachers running up. Sydney, get up! You guys are down here. I knew you guys were gonna be down here. I mean, just amazing. And Nina wasn't even on the time because she's still kind of like working her way back into getting her hours. But the celebration is, oh hi, she got the promotion. She's the house manager. So you know, I want her as well as possible. But when I text her, because I had to go to my part time job, I text her and I was like, hey, look, Malik is running behind. Can you assist him? Because I got to go. And she was like, I got to see this. And like for her, it was like she thought it was so bomb that the girls have their voter registration card and they knew all about it. And I was like, you'll be impressed. She said Sabrina was just like, got out of the car and was like, call Sybil.
Because she knows she does that with you.
Yep. And I was like, that's so nice. And she did the whole boomerang. And Malik was so excited. And he was like, Sybil, you would have been so proud. Sabrina was like, Democrat, 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 Democrat. Like, like,
Oh.
like taking her little pencil and she had to bubble it in. And he was like, yeah, like, and I said, did you read what the judge? And of course she voted for marijuana for the state of Maryland.
She had pops with
Okay.
her.
Yep. She helped get that marijuana passed, guys. But it was such a like high and a low. My weeks are always like a roller coaster, and I enjoy like the highs, and then I just work my way through the lows. But we are just on a roll. I want to say, the 2.0 conversion of what we're doing is right on target. We constantly are moving up the ladder. Our next move will be the 3.5 downloads. I can't stop thanking everybody for listening. I know that people are listening all over. The marketing that you do is amazing. You have helped get the regular podcast to the level and now the 2.0 podcast. So we're now like recording. I hope you guys see that we're working on it. We're in our new space, this little space with our green wall. We're just like, we just piecing it together as we go. We just love, this is my birthday gift from Seth Cyrus and Ed, Sharona, and Anthony. She said it looks like a weed plant. And I'm like, don't say that.
It'll be okay in July.
I know, but he'll be in here smoking my. But I just love my plant, my birthday gift. I don't know what else to talk about. We're just gonna keep flowing every week if it fits our schedule. I don't have any real events happening.
Well,
Do you?
No, but it's always stuff happening. It's never a dull moment.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, I do want to shout out the Hoodie Foundation with Nina's group. I'm
Dolls and Dreams.
Dolls and Dreams. You guys look it up on Instagram. Say it again.
Dolls and Dreams, the Hoodie Project.
Yep. I was glad that I could help participate in that. I have hoodies that I need to get to her from Sid Foundation. We gave coats to the 3D, which is Derek and Cortez. Our next event will be the girl's birthday, pretty much. We'll try to get Beth and her guests, her coworker and his wife, next week when she gets out of training. Again, if the other ladies have a relevant topic that they want to bring to the table, excuse me, they'll hop on the mics. But we're moving and grooving, and we're just going to keep this podcast going because I know that a lot of people want to hear from us. We definitely need to link up with Mike and Amazon Music. Last week, I decided to ask Alexa to play the podcast, and I was just like, Alexa, play podcast Parenting on Autism 2.0.
Playing Parenting on Autism 2.0 with mocktails and cocktails from Amazon Music.
Woo!
Resuming Season 1, Episode 16, Walking for Autism, and welcome our special guest, Jay John.
So, Sharona and I will be there to help support. beautiful children. Thank you very much, Alexa. Stop.
I'm
real excited about that. Alexa, stop. So that's exciting. Just like now that I tell people, I'm like, ask Alexa or Google to play the podcast. They don't have to download it, but definitely download it so that we get our points. Download the Instagram. I try to keep posting stuff on our Instagram feed. Sharona has over 9,600 followers. I'm in the like 200 and 150.
Stop it, Sybil.
But right. But the downloads really matter because that means that people are listening, and the Instagram is important. And now we're just testing our luck with the YouTube, dropping the podcast on YouTube. So I hope you guys are enjoying it. We'll drop the we're not going to do any edits, so what you see is what you get.
Bloopers and all.
Bloopers and all, and coughs and everything else. I think that we have found our groove. This little space here, this little office space is working for us, and I just hope that everybody keeps listening and learning. You got anything in closing?
Nope. Thanks.
Thank you, guys.